Trust Dettol Instant Hand Sanitizer to protect against 99.9% of germs without water.
Together, let's make South Africa healthier.
So scientists from the North Carolina University in the States have discovered there's more than 1,400 forms of bacteria living in our belly button. I didn't know if this was true or a myth, so I called Dr. Lisa Bungo to join us in studio live and tell me, live on Expresso, is it true? Is it a myth? Are there more than 1,400 different forms of bacteria living in our belly button?
Sure, I would believe that, but I must confess, I don't think it's in the same person. Yes, otherwise that would be a tropical rainforest or something.
Now, should we start scrubbing our belly buttons? How important is it to clean our belly buttons?
Well, yes, it is. I mean, as part of hygiene, so that the infections don't continue growing. But I don't think to a point that one needs to really scrub.
Yeah.
And the shape of the belly button, I'm sure, will also determine how much one really scrubs. Because you get the smiley ones, where you still have a skin fold, and as the boob gets bigger, you know, they start shouting, which becomes easier to clean. Yes.
And you get the innies and the outies.
Yes, certainly, which are different in terms of cleaning. Yes.
Now, I found out an interesting fact yesterday, just a random thought that I'm putting out there, that men, you know the little fluff that you get in your belly button, often find in belly buttons, more men than women have that fluff in their belly button.
I wonder why.
Well, according to the scientists, it's because of it comes from your pants or your underwear.
Yes. Okay.
So just random putting it out there.
Maybe men get the pants a little bit higher on the belly
Maybe the
button
older
levels.
you get.
Yes.
How important is it for us to look after our belly buttons?
No, it's really important. You know, the skin generally, there's normal flora, which the body, you know, uses to protect itself from other organisms. Now, those 1,004, some of those are good organisms and some of those are very bad. But then the balance is always checked. As soon as, say, for example, you have a scratch, you're then creating an opportunity for those bugs to enter the bloodstream.
Now, how harmful is that flora to us?
Sure, I mean, some of those are horrible. They can lead to infections like cellulitis.
What is cellulitis?
It's infection of the skin. And if not treated well, it can go deeper and cause a septicemia, which is the infection spreading into the blood. So it becomes really important that one practices good hygiene when you have a wound, a skin wound.
And remember to wash your hands before you take care of that wound.
Yes. I mean, think about piercing of the belly button. Nowadays, most teenagers, they do that regularly, and it's like a fashion statement. Can you imagine the infection if you have 1,400 plus bugs that could live in there? Can you imagine what one exposes the belly button to?
You do know there's a lot of moms watching right now going, yes, Dr. Lisa Bungo has just given me the best reason why my teenage daughter or son can't pierce their belly button.
Sure, I support those parents, yes, because at the end, they have to pay the bills. And like we know, hygiene is a family affair. So which means the mother has to be involved in what happens to the kid in terms of their health. Now, if you take body piercing, if the parents really can't stand the pressure, then it becomes really important to go to someone who practices good hygiene. Like they wash their hands before they do the piercing. The kid, you know, when they're looking at taking care of the belly button, they actually always clean their hands and they keep them clean.
Well, Dr. Lisa Bungo, thank you so much for joining us here on Expresso, answering the myth. You could practically be our Expresso Mythbuster on Expresso. If you've got any more belly button questions, why not post it on our Facebook wall? We'll get Dr. Lisa Bungo to answer them for you. Now, we're going to take a quick break and we'll see you after this.